things we know.
Hello everyone, this is Arky Ghost GT here, and today I will be doing a full and comprehensive review of how to do surgery. For this episode 1, we will teach you what each tool does. In later episodes, I will be showing you guys how to use each tool in the best way possible, the most efficient way possible, and to solve all of the different surgeries. I will do one video for each surgery, so it is easier for you guys to find them all. Okay, let's start. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total tools. The first one, and each tool is needed except antiseptics. You don't really need these. You can recycle this. You can give it away. You can do whatever you want. You don't really need this one. But every other tool, you do need it. First one, anesthetic. This is used. I will just do a very brief description of each tool, because in later videos I will be more descriptive with each tool, and I will be taking you in the process that I take to solve surgeries. Number 1, anesthetic. This basically sleeps down the patient so that you can start doing surgery on him. Number 2, antibiotics. This is used if he has a high temperature. You use antibiotics to keep the temperature down. You always have to keep it below 100 or 101. As I said, antiseptic, you don't really need it. Although, if you are a low skill level in surgery, I would advise you to use it. It might be a little bit easier for you to solve, but it's not really necessary. The next tool, surgical clamp. This is used to reduce bleeding, but it can only be used if there is an incision already done. I will be showing you guys later how to do incisions. Next one, surgical defibrillator. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but that's how it looks like. This one is used to wake up the patient when they are suffering from a heart attack. The heart attack can happen at any time randomly. You're just doing surgery, and all of a sudden, boom, heart attack. And this tool will appear. You just click it, and boom, that's it, you're done. Okay, next one, surgical lab kit. This one goes together with antibiotics, because in order to unlock the use of antibiotics in your surgery, you first have to use lab kit. This is pretty nice because it's a one-time use only. Once you use it in your surgery, you won't have to use it ever again in that specific surgery. So yeah, with lab kit you unlock antibiotics. Next one, surgical pins. This is used when you have a shattered bone. There are 2 ways a bone can be. Number 1, if it's broken, you use a surgical splint. This one. And you can use a surgical splint at any time during the surgery. But if the bone is shattered, you have to use a surgical pin. But to use a surgical pin, you first have to do at least 1 incision. And then once you fix the shattered bone, it becomes a broken bone. And then with a broken bone, you use a splint and you fix the bone completely. Now, next tool. This is super important. The surgical scalpel. As I have said many times before, this is used to make incisions. But keep in mind, you cannot use this tool if the patient is still awake. You have to use an anesthetic first to sleep the patient. Once you make sure that the patient is asleep, you can use the scalpel. For our last 4 tools, 3 of them are super important. First one, sponges. Okay, sponges are the easiest tool to use because you will only use them when they ask you to. What do I mean by this? When it is forceful, when you have no other option but to use a sponge. And I mean, you can really do anything but use a sponge, so just use it. So don't worry about this one, just use it when it's the only thing you can use. Next one, stitches. This is the most expensive tool because it's used in almost every single surgery. It is used to stop bleeding, although it is better to use clamps to stop bleeding, but to use a clamp you have to make an incision first. For stitches, you can just use stitches any time you want, no matter the condition of the patient, in order to stop the bleeding. It also stitches up incisions. It's the final step of every single surgery. Next one, surgical transfusion. This one, when the pulse is weak, you use it, and that's it. Always maintain the pulse to steady, or even better, to strong. If it's weak or low, use it always. And for the very last tool, surgical ultrasound. This is the most essential tool there is. Because without this one, you have no guidance. You don't know what to do. So when you use this one, you use this at the start of every single surgery to know exactly what the patient has and how to treat him correctly. Okay, so that was it for this video, guys. Next videos I will be uploading real-time activity of me solving all of these different surgeries, and you will maybe understand better the concept of what each tool does. Make sure to visit my bending world, name is 30, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you, guys.